Here's something nobody tells you when you start making financial progress. There's a stage where everything feels slow. You're paying your bills, you're making debt payments, your budget mostly works, and you still feel like you're going nowhere. That feeling isn't failure. It's stage three stabilization mode. And today I'm going to show you exactly where you are and what it means. I'm Bryan Halverson, and welcome to Be Money Strong in Minutes.
And I'm Lorian. It's great to be here.
So, Lorianne, if you're new to the show, everything we do is built around this one core idea. Your stage determines your strategy.
Right, because the tools that work in one stage are completely wrong in another. You can't use a crisis tool when you're in growth mode.
Exactly. And today is all about stage three, stabilization mode, which I think is probably the most misunderstood and maybe the most important stage in the whole journey.
Yeah, let's get into it. So maybe start with a quick overview, like where does stage three fit in the big picture?
Good idea. So there are six stages. Stage one is crisis mode. Your debt is growing and you're just focused on your four walls: food, utilities, housing, transportation. Stage two is survival mode. You fought to get $1,000 emergency fund and you're just starting your debt snowball.
Okay, so you're just starting to get your head above water.
Precisely. And that's when you enter stage three, stabilization. This is where we see some really specific clinical markers. Your budget accuracy is hitting about 80 to 90%.
Which, by the way, is a huge accomplishment. That is not easy.
It's massive. Your emergency fund is growing past that first thousand, and your debt snowball is active. You likely paid off at least one debt, the list is shrinking, and you have margin, a little bit of breathing room.
Okay, so on paper, things are objectively better. You're making progress.
Objectively, yes. But here's the thing about stage three: doesn't always feel better. At a client, let's call him Derek, 10 months of solid stage three progress. And he came to me and said, Bryan, I just feel like I'm treading water, like I'm going nowhere.
I can totally understand that because the big, fast, dramatic wins of stage one and two are over.
They're over. So I just pulled up his numbers. I showed him, Derek, 10 months ago, this is where you were. Today, you've eliminated three debts. Your emergency fund is 11 times bigger. Your budget accuracy has doubled. When he saw it in black and white, the progress was undeniable. That's stage three, real movement that feels invisible.
So that feeling, that's what you call the plateau problem.
That's exactly it. The wins in stage one and two are vivid, they're immediate. You avoid an overdraft fee, you save that first $1,000.
Yeah, it's like a shot of adrenaline, a real emotional boost.
Totally. But stage three wins are, well, they're slower. The gaps between them are longer. And that psychological plateau is where people make bad decisions. They drain their savings, they loosen up the budget, they decide to take a break that suddenly turns into 6 months of going backward.
So what's the way out? It's not just about trying to feel more motivated, right?
Motivation is not the answer. The way out is diagnostic clarity. And this brings us to stage three's paradox. You are most vulnerable to blowing up your budget in stage three because you have succeeded.
Wait, say that again. Most vulnerable because you succeeded.
Think about it. Stage one and stage two force discipline. You have no choice. Stage three gives you that breathing room, that margin, and your brain psychologically misinterprets that breathing room as permission to spend.
Wow, okay, so that breathing room isn't permission, it's supposed to be fuel.
It is fuel for the debt snowball. That is the entire game in stage three.
So if you can't trust your feelings, how do you know where you stand? How do you fight that plateau?
With data, we use a simple diagnostic tool, just 5 questions that tell you exactly where you are.
Okay, let's hear them.
Number one, what is your budget accuracy? If it's under 70%, you're really still in stage two. If it's 80 to 90%, that's solid stage three. Number two, how big is your emergency fund versus your monthly expenses? Is it growing toward 1, 2, or even 3 months of expenses?
Makes sense.
Three, how many individual debts have you eliminated? Not just paid down, but are gone forever. If you've killed one or two, you know the snowball is working.
That's a great concrete metric to track. What's number 4?
Number 4 is a big one. Do you know your debt-free date? If you don't, you need to calculate it this week. If you do, you are operating at a very high level.
Ooh, I think a lot of people probably avoid that number. And the last one?
Number 5, what is your margin doing? That little bit of extra money. Is it going to the debt snowball to accelerate your progress, or is it being absorbed into your lifestyle?
Right. Is it becoming more takeout and subscriptions, or is it becoming freedom?
That's the million-dollar question. And it leads perfectly to the income acceleration strategy because you can grow that margin.
Okay, so you're talking about things like side hustles, second jobs, that kind of thing.
Exactly. A great example, clients Ethan and Chantel. They had about $500 a month in margin. They were putting it on a car loan and it was going to take them 18 months to pay it off.
Which is, it's steady progress, but it's a long time to wait.
A very long time. Though they decided to go hardcore. They got a second job, added $2,000 a month in income, and here is the absolute key. They deployed every single dollar of that new income directly to the debts.
So they didn't let it touch their lifestyle at all.
Not one penny. The result, they paid off the car in 7 months.
Wow, so they cut off 11 months.
11 months cut from their timeline because they treated that extra income as sprint fuel, not as lifestyle permission. That's how you win in stage 3.
And as we always say, it's not just about the numbers. How do the 5 pillars fit into the stage?
Right. So financially, we've covered it. Budget, emergency fund, snowball. Emotionally, it's giving yourself grace. Acknowledge that the progress is real, even if it's invisible. Spiritually, it's practicing contentment. Physically, the stress is lower than crisis mode, but that plateau anxiety is real. Clarity of mind is a financial asset. And then your relationships, those monthly money dates are absolutely non negotiable.
Especially when the wins feel slower. You have to stay aligned as a team.
You have to. Okay, so as we wrap up, your one action for this week, it's very simple.
Just one thing.
Answer those 5 diagnostic questions. Write your answers down. Be honest with yourself and calculate your debt-free date if you don't know it.
And from there, the best next step is to go to bemoneystrong.com and take that free stage assessment, right?
That's it. It takes about 2 minutes and it gives you a specific, tailored action plan for your exact stage. No more guessing.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Be Money Strong in Minutes.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.